Car accident wrecks gym in Winchester city centre. Power cut sends Winchester from brightly lit Wonderland into darkness. A possible cup upset for Winchester Football Club as they are denied a potential penalty. And a tasty treat, homemade chocolates from Hampshire. Good evening, I'm Sam Waddington and welcome to Winchester News Online. There were dramatic scenes in Winchester on Thursday when a car rammed into the side of a gym. The building was severely damaged, but fortunately no one was hurt. It's the second time in 4 months that a car has driven into the building. Shahad Kohler was at the scene.
The force of the impact destroyed windows and a wall at the New Energy Fitness gym. Emergency services raced to the scene and helped to rescue the elderly female driver. She was shaken but not injured, and nobody in the gym was hurt.
I was up on the ladder, but I heard and I was first there. And I opened the door to the car, and the woman she was smiling. So I asked her if she was all right. She says yes.
It's the second time the building has been hit by a car in the last few months. There is no physical barrier between the building and the exit of the nearby car park. PC Rob Kilgallen spoke to Winol regarding the accident.
In relation to it or stopping it from happening again, it would be a council issue in order to look at erecting barriers potentially in places as opposed to anything else. We'll deal with the accidents, and any road safety measures will be down to the council and highways agency to deal with. Nobody's hurt at all, nobody in the gym or the driver of the car, they're absolutely fine.
The gym declined to comment, and only the day before, a similar incident occurred a couple of streets away. 2 accidents in 2 days. Should Winchester residents be concerned? This is Shahad Kohler with Winchester News Online.
That nearby incident Shahad referred to occurred on Southgate Street. In this case, it was an elderly male driver who drove into the building. He was taken to hospital, but not thought to be seriously hurt. And on Saturday, residents of Winchester experienced a major power failure. As well as halting festivities across the city, the problem affected around 18,000 homes, many local businesses, and even traffic lights. All power was restored in an hour by Scottish and Southern Network, who sent engineers to the source of the outrage within minutes. Letting agents in England will be banned from charging fees to tenants as soon as possible, under plans announced in the autumn statement. Uliana Tosh reports.
On top of loans and debt, many students are faced with high admin fees when they come to rent housing. Philip Hammond's autumn statement announcement may come as relief to those already struggling with finances. There has been no confirmed date for the ban, but the Chancellor said it will be introduced as soon as possible.
When you go into the property market, it increases so much more depending on the type of property. Even looking at a flat, the admin fee is just ridiculous, over £1,000.
Before we actually started paying rent, we had to pay about £300 each in a 3-bedroom flat before we even started paying for the actual flat itself.
Students are under so much financial stress anyway, and I can't remember how much it came to, but on top of the rent and the deposit and everything, the admin fees were just ridiculous.
David Cox, Managing Director of the Association of Residential Letting Agents, has released a statement on the proposed ban. He said, "If fees are banned, these costs will be passed on to landlords, who will have to recoup the costs elsewhere, inevitably through higher rents. The banning of fees will end up hurting the very people the government intends on helping the most."
For many students, the removal of the admin fee comes as a massive relief. But for some, the implications are not yet known in terms of their financial future. Uliana Tosh, Winchester News Online.
Alarm bells are ringing in Winchester, where the number of thefts from cars has rocketed. In the last 2 months, car crime has gone up by more than 1,000%, according to new figures released by Hampshire Police. Our crime correspondent Jennifer Correa-Marshbank reports.
The sound of car alarms going off is becoming all too familiar to the people of Winchester. It's because car thefts across the city have risen by 1,100% compared with this time last year. Police say the reason is unclear. It's also a puzzle for the motor trade.
Obviously, modern cars do have quite a lot of security features on them, so quite surprised that cars are being targeted. It's certainly not as easy as it used to be to break into and steal a car. There's a lot more security measures that have been taken and implemented by the manufacturers nowadays. So yeah, it's surprising.
With Christmas round the corner, losing your important possessions to petty crime is something we'd all like to avoid.
Quite often cars will be targeted because of the valuables that are kept inside. So if you've got any sat-navs, any other sort of valuables, iPods, make sure they're hidden away. Better still, take them out of the car altogether, and just make sure you lock the car. It's ideally left in a well-lit location. Those are sort of the best things that I could advise.
Because of all this, a campaign is being launched to help battle crime throughout Christmas.
We're keen to support the police in trying to return Winchester to being a safe place to live. We're sending out messages to our residents, and as part of the Community Safety Partnership, we're launching this week our Christmas campaign on crime and disorder, which, although it normally focuses on drink driving and other festive activity, will also be include quite a lot of keeping property safe.
It is unknown why there has been a rise in car thefts in Winchester. The police and local authorities are working hard to increase awareness and help prevent further crimes. The Christmas campaign will launch on the 1st of December to encourage people to keep their properties safe. This is Jennifer Correa-Marchbank, Winchester News Online.
The danger of street harassment stops many people from walking alone after dark. A march to reclaim the night for women and minorities took place in Southampton this weekend to highlight the issue. Bethany Waring reports.
Many of these people wouldn't usually be out this late. Stories of harassment and attacks keep them indoors after dark. But with hundreds of people rallying around to call for a proper response to street harassment, they felt safe. The Hampshire Reclaim the Night March was organised by Southampton University Feminism Society. People from across Hampshire rallied together to walk through Southampton Town Centre on Saturday night. Away from the march, not much has changed. Street harassment still makes walking through places like Stanmore alone at night an uncomfortable and scary trip for many. Members of the Winchester Feminism Society were at the march. We asked what they could do to help put an end to street harassment.
I think the major thing of what we can do is events like this where we make it known that this is happening, because I think unless you experience it, you don't know that it's happening, and I think it's important to realise that things are happening.
The fear of being alone after dark is valid. A poll by YouGov earlier this year found that 64% of women in the UK have experienced unwanted sexual harassment.
Organisers have already said this is just a show of solidarity and they don't expect anything to change overnight. That means whilst people may feel safe in the relative safety of numbers, tomorrow night the streets will be empty, and those women and minorities that don't feel safe walking after dark will once again not be able to walk the streets at night. Bethany Waring, Winchester News Online, Southampton.
A social media trend with the aim of tackling depression has taken off and has received celebrity backing. Victoria Quinn has more.
I'm ready to go at any minute.
Suicide is the biggest killer in men under the age of 45, and in 2014, men accounted for 76% of all suicides.
I genuinely can't remember the last time that I cried.
The Boys Do Cry campaign has been sweeping social media, and now the University of Winchester is getting involved. The Student Union are now contributing to the campaign with a series of online posts and videos.
So the Boys Do Cry campaign is something we picked up from a video we watched on the Huffington Post, and it's about getting men in front of a camera and asking them one simple question: and when was the last time you cried? And then coming from that, we're able to address some of the stigma that surrounds male sensitivity and approaching mental health issues. The response was phenomenal. I was quite surprised, as sometimes we put things out there and we don't always get the response we want. But we had people coming to the office much more about mental health issues. We had massive engagement on social media. We had, I believe it was about 15,000, 20,000 views on the videos. We had over 100 Facebook shares and thousands of Twitter impressions, which is quite something for us.
Charities have also seen a rise in the number of people speaking out since the campaign was launched.
Definitely, we've definitely noticed much more young men ringing up, self-referring here. So yeah, there's definitely been a surge. So I would say any young man, they can always ring us up and we'll be here to help.
The Boys Do Cry campaign is more than just a social media trend. Here at the University of Winchester, they're hoping it can save lives. Victoria Quinn, Winchester News Online.
A new community cafe in Winchester is helping to tackle a number of social issues. The cafe uses food which could have otherwise been thrown away to create healthy and affordable meals. Gemma Lambert reports.
It's a place people can come to share a meal with others from the local community. First Bite Cafe in Winchester was set up to bring people together while reducing food waste, all at a reasonable price. This means that even those struggling with money can afford a healthy meal they haven't had to cook.
We have many isolated people in our communities whom we're not really aware of, and a space like this can be a safe space for people just to come and be. And we don't have too many affordable places like that in Winchester.
It's easily accessible, it's extremely reasonable, it's excellent food.
If you just look around you, it's just got a mix of everybody. You know, everybody, and there's nothing like it in Winchester. Winchester's so expensive.
Well, it's the word community. If you can get people coming in of all ages to enjoy a meal together, a good nutritious meal, and it's very inexpensive, and so it makes you feel a bit special and you look forward to coming.
Another aim of the cafe is to teach the community about using leftover food. All of the meals are made using surplus food, and as little as possible goes to waste.
So most of our food comes from a charity called Fair Share, which is a food surplus charity. So they get surplus food from all the major supermarkets, mainly Tesco, and they use that to try to fight food poverty. So they use that, they redistribute it to food charities, people doing what we're doing really, people trying to get people out of social isolation and generally aiming at people on lower income that are suffering some kind of food poverty.
Winchester Hub is optimistic that university students will get involved in similar projects. Their Try It award scheme gives £500 to students who launch a social enterprise.
Especially as students, as graduates, to get a job, but also dedicate time to making a difference to the local communities. A social enterprise is a really great way of doing this because you're generating an income from it as well, so you make yourself sustainable.
Just really stick to your passion and stick to your dream, and when you have those days where you really think, oh my god, I don't know if I can do this, which you'll have, just remember why you're doing it and just remember that vision.
The community cafe hopes to continue running and provide sustainable and healthy meals to the local community. Gemma Lambert, Winchester News Online.
All cup competitions are known for their upsets, and with Winchester City playing a team in fine away form and a league above them, it seemed likely to happen again.
Winchester City welcomed Dulwich Hamlet for the first time to the Denby for the third round of the FA Trophy qualifier. The match had the making of a cup upset, with Winchester being the underdog. With Winchester having a penalty shout, with Craig Feeney being brought down in the penalty box, the ref gave nothing. Dulwich put Winchester keeper Lewis Noyce into action, forcing into a save and pushing the ball around the post. But from the resulting corner, Dulwich's Nathan Green headed the ball home. Winchester then launched the counter, with Joe Briggs putting in a tricky ball. They continued to look threatening, and from a corner, Howard Neighbour narrowly missed the target. But in the second half, Dulwich came out the brighter side, creating multiple chances with Mark Weatherstone missing a sitter. With a few minutes to go, Winchester had the chance to take Dulwich to a replay, with a Craig Feeney header that narrowly missed.
With Christmas parties just around the corner, it's time to put down the mince pie and dig out the DVD player. To assist with this, a Bournemouth-based personal trainer has created a dance workout which Amber Lovell has been finding out about.
Bournemouth-based personal trainer Tanya Bright has created a dance-based workout called Chicago that's due to be released as a home workout. The dance, of which was launched in 2015, is set to be available in your living rooms from next month. Tanya explains what Chicago means.
Chicago itself means let's dance in a Nigerian language, and it combines R&B, hip-hop, dancehall, reggae, soca and Afrobeats to create an amazing new dance-based fitness program.
Tanya also explains what led her to create Chicago.
And basically I was teaching Zumba. I've always had a dance background, and basically it got to the point where I was running my own Zumba classes, but I was basically doing my own choreography and using all different types of music. Which basically led me to create Chicago.
It's been found that the fitness industry in the UK is worth an estimated £4.4 billion. Nielsen, a leading global marketing company, has found that 82% of casual gym goers frequently work out from home. Rebecca Smith, a frequent attendee of Chicago and a gym goer in Bournemouth, began her personal fitness journey with a home workout and explains the benefits of working out from home.
I first started off just using a home workout DVD. It was a really good way of just easing me back into getting exercise again. I would recommend it to anybody who just wants to sort of get their feet a bit wet maybe and try some things out. It's really good as well because you can just do it in an hour. It's so quick. You don't have to worry about going to the gym, getting your stuff ready, you know, packing a bag and things like that. You can just put the DVD on, do it, and then you're free to get on with the rest of your day.
Chicago coming soon to a home near you.
Winchester Christmas Market has been running for 2 weeks. We at Winol wanted to see how it was getting on. Our reporter, Julie Lee, went to talk to some of the people behind the stalls.
An astonishing 350,000 people are expected to be visiting the market, and the stall holders are very happy about how it is going so far. Among them are a group of nuns who for the last 10 years have come all the way from Belarus to take part.
We have also a lot of workshops. For example, you can see these ceramic products that we make in our monastery. Many people have a good attitude to our work, and they try to help us, they support, they give us some money for our social projects.
Stall owners says business is booming.
Saturday and Sunday we couldn't get out the chalet. It was so full in here. It was a really nice atmosphere, and everyone was keeping each other warm as well. You know, so many people swanning about. It was really good. This is the first time that we've come to Winchester. I mean, compared to all of the other Christmas markets that we've done, this is brilliant.
Yeah, we're completely out of stock at the moment. It's been hectic. We've literally, that whole back wall was just filled with boxes and boxes and boxes, and now it's completely gone. We're hit zero. So hopefully we're getting a delivery in soon, but all we've got at the moment is flavoured vodkas.
Don't worry if you haven't started your Christmas shopping yet. Local entrepreneurs will be selling their products throughout the December in Winchester. Rihanna Uzarali tells us about it.
Yum yum. Very nice.
Shoppers in Winchester will be spoilt for choice this year when it comes to buying Christmas presents. Made in Hampshire is a pop-up shop selling local produce, artisan gifts and crafts at the City Museum. It's funded by the Hampshire Cultural Trust and Arts Council England and gives people the opportunity to watch demonstrations, listen to talks and taste samples from local craftspeople.
The quality of ingredients we can get locally is just amazing. But chocolate, I just love the chocolate. It's and the smell of it and working with it is all just the science of it. It's fantastic.
More than 30 local artisans will be showcasing a variety of products from chocolates to jewellery, ceramics and artwork. The shop will be open until the end of this year.
Those look pretty good, didn't they? That's all for this week. Remember to check out our website, winol.co.uk. Thank you. Goodbye. Alarm bells are ringing in Winchester, where the number of thefts from cars has rocketed. In the last 2 months, car crime has gone up by more than 1,000% figures from this by our crime correspondent Jennifer Correa Marshbank reports.